Hello everyone, my name is Felicia. I recently made a video this morning about a book that I wrote, which is called My Unheard Voice. It details the 7 years of my childhood sexual abuse. When I was a child, I was abused from age 5 until I was 12. So I talked a lot about that in my previous video. With this video, I kind of wanted to focus more on, I guess, focus on a few things. I wanted to focus on trauma and dissociation because a lot of people don't know what dissociation really is, and to be honest, I wouldn't have known unless it happened to me. So I wanted to talk about that. Okay, so when someone is, severely traumatized, you're under an extreme amount of stress, you had a traumatic event happen to you, it can be a million different things. There's a million traumatic events that could happen. In my case, it was my abuse. So when you're under extreme trauma, your brain kind of disconnects your mind from your body. So it's trying to protect you. So you don't really feel what's happening anymore. You're numb. You don't really know what's going on around you. You're not there. It's like your body's there, but your mind is long gone. Your mind is shut down somewhere else, watching from above, or just in a sleep. You're not connected to your body anymore. So pretty much whatever's happening to you, you really don't feel it because you're numb. But that also causes memory loss, things like that, because you weren't really there. So I have a lot of missing parts of my childhood where I just don't remember because I wasn't there. But dissociation carries on into adulthood. So in my last video, I talked about the sexual abuse, the rape, stuff like that, and of course that carries on into adulthood. So you don't live a normal adult life because that carries on. The dissociation, whenever I'm in extreme, stress, or, something is going on, my mind automatically wants to disappear when I am now fighting to stay in the moment. I don't want to disappear. I want to be here. I want to deal with whatever the hell is going on. I don't want to, hide into my shell and be gone. I need to be here. So learning how to be in the moment it's hard. It's new. It's something that you have to retrain your mind to do because it was, you're taught so long ago how, to stay away, how to hide. So anyway, I just wanted to explain that a little bit. And then I also wanted to discuss something else. For decades, every time I would think about the abuse, I would have flashbacks. I would have, memories, come back. I would have, different things happen, different triggers, of course, would happen. And I would freak out. I would cry. I would, run to my car, cry, go stay in my room, not talk to anybody. I would isolate myself because I was scared. I was scared. I was sad. It was heartbreaking. So, I did that for decades. The depression lasted decades. The anxiety lasted for decades. I still get triggers. Of course, the triggers will go on forever. If I'm at a store and I smell somebody behind me with, smell like cigarette smoke, I automatically think of my abuser, which is sad because I don't want to do that. I don't want to, think those things when I'm just, at a store trying to put gas. It's not the way it's supposed to be. So anyway, I wanted to explain that I'm no longer, sad. I'm no longer the weak kid that I was before. That's the reason I'm able to discuss this now. It took me decades to get to this point. But I'm here now, and I'm not backing down. I'm not gonna, shut up. He's not gonna shut me up again. He doesn't scare me anymore. I don't cry over it anymore like I used to. Now I'm just mad. I'm mad that it happened. I'm mad that it's still happening to other children. I'm mad that the society failed me. The DA didn't stop him from abusing me when he should have. I was 12. He should have stopped him, and he didn't. Nothing was done. And that's what pisses me off now. I want to bring change. I want to change the laws. You know, when I was ready to prosecute him at 25, my statute of limitation was up. It was too late for me. And that's what pisses me off. It should never have been too late for me. He abused other children after me. And he abused them for years after I spoke to the DA. After I spoke to the children's mother, the abuse went on for them. And that's fucked up. You know, I should have been able to stop him when I was strong enough and when I was ready, but I wasn't allowed to. So that's my whole point. You know, my whole purpose in doing this is I'm trying to raise awareness, and I'm trying to change the laws that failed me. That is my purpose. So I wanted to share with everybody that if I'm not on here, you know, in this video crying about the abuse, it's because I don't give a fuck about the abuse anymore. It's not about the abuse. I hate that it happened to me. I hate him, but it doesn't make me sad anymore. I'm more angry now that I am sad, and I'm ready to fight for the children that are getting abused right now. The children that are getting abused this second as I'm making this video. 1 in 3 girls get abused before the age of 18, and 1 in 6 boys get abused before the age of 18. Those numbers are just astonishing, and it's sad. It's these children that are around right now that are going to be suffering in, you know, 20, 30 years from now. And they may not ever recover. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm trying my best to raise awareness and to stop it. I just don't know how. I need help. That's why I'm making these videos. That's why I'm trying to raise awareness. And that's the whole reason I wrote my book. My book is called My Unheard Voice. Because my whole life my voice was not heard. Not because I was ignored, but because I didn't have a voice. I was terrified of him, so I never spoke up. I never said a word about it to anybody because I was scared. And you know, there were things in my book, things that I mentioned in my previous video, that I could have never told a soul. I would have taken these things to the grave with me, which means those things would have been eating me up for the rest of my life. I couldn't allow that to happen anymore. So I wrote every detail. I wrote how I felt. I wrote my thought process. I wrote, you know, as much as I could about what happened, because I want people to know. You know, I didn't, you know, cherry coat anything. I didn't sugarcoat anything. I didn't make shit up. I didn't make things worse than they were. Everything that is in my book is 100% true. And that's why I wrote it, because I need to bring awareness and I need to find a way to stop it from happening. No other child should go through the things I went through. If anybody wants to read my book, it is called My Unheard Voice. Here is what it looks like. It is on Amazon in ebook, paperback, and hardcover. It is also on Kindle Unlimited for Kindle Unlimited subscribers. If anybody has any questions, reach out to me. You know, you can comment on this video, or you can, you know, find me on Facebook. I even started a Facebook group which is called The Unheard Voices. So far it has a good, you know, amount of people that are in it, and, you know, it's a supportive group. So if anybody needs anything, you know, we're all here to help. And that's really all I wanted this video to be about. Thank you.